Nobody tells you when you're standing in the shallow water that the floor is about to disappear. One day you're a kid, next day everybody's asking, what you gonna do with your life? I remember waking up with the sunlight on the wall, little room, old posters, nothing figured out at all. Mama in the kitchen, coffee pouring through the steam. I had $20 dreams in a head full of dreams back then. Every problem had a Saturday solution. Every bad decision felt like some kind of revolution. We disappeared for hours, never tell nobody where. Come home when the porch light started glowing in the air. Then suddenly the phone started ringing differently. Bills on the table, people talking seriously. Friends getting married, friends getting locked away. Friends disappearing into jobs they hated every day. And somebody asked me,
so what's your plan?
I looked down at my hands
Like they belong to another man.
They threw me in the deep end. I didn't know how to breathe. Everybody said you're ready, but nobody asked me. I was still trying to remember who I wanted to be when the world started demanding what I needed to achieve. Yeah, they threw me in the deep end, and I learned to float somehow. But sometimes I still miss the kid I was before I had to figure it out. I remember old friends sitting underneath the streetlight, talking about the future like we own the whole night. One wanted a mansion, one wanted to be famous, one just wanted enough money to never have to save it. We laughed at 40 like it was ancient history. Couldn't imagine gray hair, couldn't imagine misery. Couldn't imagine looking back from another decade, wondering where all those reckless little years had escaped. Now I pass those places and they're barely recognizable. Buildings knocked down, old signs gone, nothing left to hold. But memory don't need a landmark to survive. Sometimes one smell can bring an entire year back to life. The sound of a train, the smell of a rain, an old song leaking through a window, and suddenly you're standing in a life you haven't lived in years. They threw me in the deep end. I didn't know how to breathe. Everybody said you're ready, but nobody asked me. I was still trying to remember who I wanted to be when the world started demanding what I needed to achieve. Yeah, they threw me in the deep end, and I learned to float somehow. But sometimes I still miss the kid I was before I had to figure it out. Maybe nobody's ready. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe everybody walking around with answers on their lips is just another kid trying not to admit they're scared. Now I understand the people who told me to be careful. They weren't trying to kill the dream, they were just scared too. Everybody's carrying a story underneath the skin. Everybody's been somewhere they don't want to go again. I used to think growing older meant becoming someone new. Now I think it's learning how to keep the younger parts of you. Keep the laughter, keep the wonder, keep the nights you can't explain. Keep a little room inside your heart for people who still know your old name. Cause time takes everything it can possibly take. Faces, streets, friendships, plans we thought we'd make. But it can't take the moment when you first understood. You weren't drowning, you were learning how to move. They threw me in the deep end. I didn't know how to breathe, but somewhere underneath the panic I found something in me. I stopped waiting for the water to become a little less cold. Stop wishing I could go back to the person I was told I had to leave behind. Now I know what the deep end means. It isn't where you disappear, it's where you find out you were stronger than you thought you were. So here's to everybody Still learning how to swim. Still making mistakes, still missing somebody, still wondering where the years went. Still looking back sometimes at the shallow end and smiling, 'cause we didn't know it then, but those were the easy days, and we were already in the deep end.